Alright, we're here. Wait, is it still... Wait, why does... But now everyone will know. There's a bug in my bot where, yeah, there's a bug in my bot where if you send this command, then it ends up... well, I already closed it, but it ends up messaging me because it's broken. Hey, what's up, Michaela? Hello, hello. I was not ready for this stream. Well, it's not a bug, it's literally programmed that way. It was not intended to work that way. You're not supposed to be able to send messages outside of chat, from chat. Like, it's supposed to reply with this, but it ends up sending a slash command, which is it's never intended. How did that bug work? No, it still works. It's still buggy. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I feel I'm a little bit out of it right now. This is gonna be the last stream of the year. Very last stream of the year, because I'm going to be going on vacation back home to Michigan. I'll wake up in a little bit, but I had like an open bottle of wine, and I was like, yeah, you know, I don't think I should leave a bottle of wine. What the? Oh, is that a bed? It's like super broken in chrome. I see. Yeah, I was like, I don't think I should leave a bottle of wine before I go break. So yeah, I'll just drink a bottle of wine. It's fine. Everything's okay. And then like 15 minutes ago, I was like, I'm feeling a little sleepy. I think I'm gonna lay down in bed for a little bit. Just a little bit sleepy. It's fine. No, don't worry about it. Well, it's fine. I'll just lay down in bed. And then I just passed out, like immediately passed out. And so yeah, we're recovering from that. Oh, that's not the right folder. So we'll get back a little bit pretty soon. I promise it'll happen. But I'm gonna be a little bit groggy for at least a little bit until everything just like completely recovers. But that's what you get for a bottle of wine and then laying down in bed. Okay. So, plan for today's stream is yesterday we worked on day 17 of Advent of Code, and I'm gonna clap a lot so that I wake up. That's how it works. That's how streaming works. Just, you know, clap and you'll wake up. But yeah, yesterday I wrote this like git path function, which was all sorts of gross. Oh boy, I've been thinking about this all day, like, oh my god, how do I make this terrible copy-paste function not so bad? And fortunately, I think I've come up with some ideas that make this function not so terrible. The plan is to adjust this function so it's not so bad, and then we'll port it to PHP. And then we'll write the improvement, or the last bit of this function that I did manually as a human last time, which wasn't so great. Kayla says, oh yeah, that reminds me, do you ever check your bookmarks? I spent all of today packing clothes and telling people at work to do stuff. And didn't really happen. Oh right, I should probably reply to them. Sorry, let me just reply to people. I was supposed to be doing work today. Okay, should be done with work. Bye-bye work. I will see you next decade. Hey, what's up, Mindful Fox? Mindful Fox says, hi, Streamy Boy. Yeah, your Streamy Boy is here with a... Is this fine? Yeah. With a to-do list. This is what I'm supposed to do over break. And every time I think of something, this list just keeps getting longer and longer. We're never gonna finish all of these things, but maybe, just maybe, I will finish some of this. Oh, that reminds me. Where did I put that? Yeah. This one, still not done. Still have to finish packing. Maybe one day. Oh, here's where I put it. I collected up all of the old code that I could find on my computer and put it on this little USB drive. Oh, please scan and fix your drive. Fuck you, Windows. It's fine. Everything is okay. You are not a problem. But yeah, I grabbed all of the old code I could find, and so the plan is to after the fact commit all of it to Git repositories and put it up on GitHub so that you guys can see all of the terrible code that I've written. And these are dated from when I saved them. Some of the code is like from 2003, 2002. Uncle Fox says I can't reach shit with my tiny phone. Well, it doesn't matter. One day you'll be able to see this on GitHub. But for now, yeah, it says 2010 to 2019, but those dates are very wrong. For instance, what was some of the old stuff? Oh, not that one. This one. Does this have modified dates on it? No! No! Why did it lose all the modified? Oh, the folder is modified dates. Okay, fine. This particular project, I upgraded from VB6 to VB.NET in 2006. So that tells you something. This is the... Oh, it's 97% successful. But, like, this is some old shit. That's the VB.NET code. This is the old code? Yeah. This was in 2005. I wrote, I think this is Go Fish. But anyway, we'll be able to see all of this fun stuff in all of its glory on GitHub eventually. And I'm gonna try and be like as true to like the commit date. How many lines of code? This one? This one is let's see, frx is the file? No, that's the binary file. frm? No, that's not that one. Where's the... Is it this one? One of these has generated code. Oh, yeah, it's this one. This code is so bad. This is some of the worst code I've ever written. In fact, I remember writing code to generate this code. But it's a game of Go Fish, except every possible card, comparison, generation, draw, etc. is implemented as a series of if statements. So it's literally 6,200 lines of code to implement like all of Go Fish. I have a function called setDeck 0 through 26, and then setDeck 27 through 38, and then setDeck 39 through 51. I sharded out my deck randomization. Oh, if only I could come back in time and be like, loops! Can I have some loops, brother? Oh. But yeah, some of this code is very good. Very, very good. Ran a linter on it. Did you see? There were literally no indentation. It was all just like, slam the code on the left. Maybe it didn't need any indentation. Maybe there was no if statements. This is all the generated code at the top. So there's an indentation there. Oh no, there's if statements. Okay, so I just was like, yeah, we don't need indents. We don't need the tab key's broken. Don't worry about it. Loops, right? Give please. But yeah, it's some of this code is pretty fantastic. What is the math folder? Oh, this is my math game. This is my math game. Yeah, this is the one that we showed before. With the, oh, I'm doing an easy mode. Easy mode's too easy. It's still kind of hard. 35, 55. Oh my god, it gets hard quick. 65, 50, 67, 70, 86. Oh man, double digit divisions? That's, fuck, it's 14? Fine, whatever. That's easy mode, and I only got to level 10? Yeah. Well, mental math and alcohol don't really mix so well, so I can see why I didn't get so far. Parabola equation. This might be my first code ever. Oh no, this is the rewrite of it in 2005. Yeah, here's the rewrite of it. Oh, is this the version that tried to do fractions? I think this one tried to simplify it into yeah. Okay, because the the first version of my parabola equation code just like spit out the right answer or crashed. It crashed when it was doing square root of -1 or whatever. But otherwise it would just like spit out the decimal answer. But then the teacher realized that we were using computer programs to solve this programming problem. And she's like, oh, you gotta show your work. And I was like, aha, I can make the computer show my work. And so I had the computer spit out each part of the fraction. And you just like scribbled in those parts of the fraction, and then you wrote the answer. And so, aha, math teacher, you'll not fool me today. But anyway, wrote a lot of really shit code. And some of it did not age well. Like, I already know what this program looks like, the one that's called gender. But we might update some of the code to be more appropriate for 2019 or 2020 if that's when I get around to it. But yeah, we'll get to that. Wait, weird sound thingy? Yeah, what is this? .frm, weird sound thingy. Oh no. What is final2.wav? Oh, can I find that file? miscweb. I think I saved that folder. This one? Nope, it is not this folder. Oh, I wrote my own URL shortener back in the day too. Now that's an interview question that gets asked, which I think is fucking hilarious. But I wrote one, when was this? 2005. Yeah. Wrote a URL shortener in 2005, and now we ask it as an interview question in 2019. Like, just like, so far ahead of my time. Anthony, take the dogs. Yeah. I wonder if that's what final2.wav is. Let's see if I can find, see if it's here. Final2.wav. Oh, I should have not searched there. No. Oh my god. What in the this one. Final2.wav. Pay no attention to those GPG keys. Oh, here's final2.wav. Oh, I'm so scared. It's 1:25. Shall we listen to final 2.wav? Let me figure out what directory it's in. MISC-web, it is in MISC-web, it's 2 megabytes. Final 2.wav, alright, here we go, boys. What the fuck is this? Oh, I know what this is. It's from, oh, what's that video game? It's a Nintendo game. Metroid? I think it's from Metroid. I don't know why it's called Weird Sound Thingy, though. But it's from Metroid. Yeah, Metroid. Knackle Eric knows what's up. I remember being like, oh yeah, I was like super obsessed with this song. If it was Pokemon, you would have known in 0.002 seconds, yeah. See, the problem is, I didn't actually play Metroid. But my friend played it, and I remember we'd go over to his house, he would boot up Metroid just so that we could jam out to this song. Oh man, there were simpler times. But anyway, yeah, I do plan to do some stuff there. This is my to-do list of things that I will maybe get done over break. Okay, let's try and improve this terrible monstrosity of a function. Yes. So I've had a little bit of think about this function, and we're really representing each direction as a string, which is not so helpful. Like we're doing a lot of like manual thought about that. We're also doing a lot of manual thought about which direction is to the left and which direction is to the right. Caleb, use your powers for good, not for evil. Michaela's figured out how to get my bot to whisper to people. This doesn't actually, yeah. If we look at chat here, so you see how there's this message here where Michaela sent this bang still command. And there's no response from Anthony Wright's CodeBot. That's because it actually sent a whisper to Knackle Eric. Yeah, there's a bug. We gotta fix that at some point. Final Fox says, time for dinner, bye-bye. Alright, sounds good. You'll be on later, right? Or after you get your foods. Damn, I should have eaten food. Mistakes were made. Instead, I, like, passed out on my bed. Maybe I'll, like, order food. That would be a new one for me. Ordering food. Oh, my chair's all messed up. Okay. Yeah, so I thought about this, and I think we can replace that by representing the directions as a list of pairs. So we'd start with leftward direction, which would be -1 in the x direction and 0 in the y. Then up, which would be 0 and then +1. And then right, which would be 1 and 0. And then down, which would be 0 and -1. And to turn right, so say we're at this direction, to turn right, you would go to the next direction in the list. And to turn left, you would go to the previous direction in the list. I think that holds for all of these. So if you're going right, you turn left to go up, and you turn right to go down. And if you're going down, you turn right to go left, and you turn left to go up. So I think that holds. Are you going to take inspiration from your VB code and just insert every possible combination manually? That's what we already have. That's what I did yesterday. Is there a situation where you don't turn? Yes. So when you're going straight, you just continue in this direction. I think that's what we're going to do. But actually, to make this list better, we need to append this one onto the end. That way we can start with directions 0. So we're up and then right. No. Yeah. Up and then right and then down and then left. Okay. So we can start here with directions 0. And an assertion. Assert grid bot x bot y is equal to caret. Otherwise, there's a problem there. But that's not true. Is there oh, we already answered that. That's not nearly as bad as your VB code. Correct. Because I am not dealing out an entire 52 card deck in manually hard-coded if statements. Actually, how did that even work? Like, wouldn't it have just dealt the same deck every time? Surely I would have, like, put some randomness in there somewhere. Surely. Maybe not. I don't know. But, yeah. You rewrote it each time you played. Yeah, I just reran the code generation tool. I can't even, like... I was clever enough to write code. Why didn't I just write the code, you know? Like, I had a separate program to generate the program code, but I could have literally just, like, used an array. Oh, I don't know. Okay. But, anyway, I think this, like, this code here, we can just replace all of this with a loop, I think. The Python with glasses is pretty good. Actually, what are all of the things that we can do here? Oh, what? You can unlock sub-emotes with a... Really? You can unlock sub-emotes with channel points. What's the point of subscribing then? What the fuck? Channel points. Why you do that? Speaking of arrays, what's a good case for a tuple, or whatever the immutable array is? Oh, it's for 24 hours? Okay, that makes more sense. That's not as, like, let's just take a monetization approach away from a streamer. I do have a good answer for you, Michaela, about when do you use tuples? Tuples. According to my wiki page, you should always use them whenever they are equivalent. Because they are smaller, they don't need additional memory data for bookkeeping, for size, capacity, unfilled space, etc. They are faster. They can be stored directly inside code objects in Python, so they don't need to have extra allocation time to be built at runtime. And they're immutable, and immutable is nice. Everything is good. So if you have the choice between a tuple and a list, you probably want a tuple because it will be faster, better. Do I have a thingy full of helpy stuffs? Yes. When the plebs get a 50% chance of unlocking Python, right? Right, Knackle Eric? Plebs. Fucking plebs. That's not what I want. This is what I want. I'm bad at words. Aren't we all? Okay, 2.5 hours. That's our time box for working on day 17 again. Again. Okay, so yeah. So what we can do here is we kind of want an add chord function. Tuple int. Just like a little easy helper. Specs says, "What is Python?" It's the emoji. Max also says, anyway, I need to go later now. Do you get it for subscribing? Yes. Moro says, what is it called when you go dict tuple indent stir? This is a type annotation. It is basically a comment. It doesn't really do anything at runtime, but I've hooked up a tool, AOC 2019. I've hooked up a tool through precommit called MyPy. MyPy is a type checker for Python. So basically it looks at all of these annotations here and then validates the code in the function and makes sure that it fits within the bounds of those types. That's just like another way to check that your code is more correct or more type safe, basically. But I really like type annotations. I think they're one of the better, newer additions to Python. Do you get it for subscribing? Yeah, emotes. That's how subscriptions work. Yeah. And yes, and the arrow is saying what the function returns. So this is a return type annotation. So these are argument type annotations. These are return type annotations, and this is a variable annotation. Those are the three types. That's basically it. There's also type ignore and there's type comments, but I don't use type comments anymore, so it's fine. I thought it was called type hinting though. I mean, yeah, you can call it that. Same idea. If grid new x new y is in this, okay, so I just replaced 1/3 of all those if statements down there with this little bit of code right here. Actually, we can even do better. Add chord bot y bot x. And then we have two other cases. We have the turn left and the turn right. Oh, we also need to assign into there. Why do I have this up here? It seems weird. I think this is wrong. We can get rid of that. Grid bot x bot y equals x. Also, I think I can change this to be two tuples because we don't actually particularly care about the inner values. So pause and dir. Although dir is a built-in name. And now this line is too long. That's fine. Everything is okay. How close to not too long is this line? Alright, still too long. Actually, we can call it something else. Call it P1 and P2. let's see. I tried it out a little bit. I think I kept doing it backwards. I see. Embrax says, how are you using directions? Just got here. These are, okay, so this encodes a bit of data about coordinates. So this is up, the upward direction. So it's 0 is the X and 1 is the Y. So to move up, you would move, oh fuck, this is backwards. This is backwards. That should be -1. This should be +1. Don't need a plus. Okay, so to move up, you decrease the Y by 1. Move right, you increase the X by 1. Oh, this is backwards for you guys. Okay, to move up, move up. Yeah, okay, move up, you decrease Y by 1. Move right, you increase X by 1. Move down, you increase Y by 1. And to move left, you, oh man, my brain. You decrease X by 1. So that's what these are. And also, if you're moving up, in order to turn right, you go to the next thing in the list. So you would go to this one. Although this is turning right for you guys, so whatever. You get the idea. But yeah, that's how this works out. Smells Like Pish says, are you using i3? No, I've just manually arranged these windows so it looks like i3 gaps. But it's not, it's a windowed manager. I use the mouse, and much to Hayden's disdain. How are you cycling through it? I haven't gotten to it yet, but I will be cycling through it soon. But yes, that is the plan. Basically, I'm writing a pathing algorithm over. Let me show you what the output looks like now. Does my PHP one print it? Yeah. Okay, so this is what we're pathing over, is this thing here. So I need to like write the algorithm that starts here, turns left, goes this direction, turns right, goes up here, turns left, goes here, turns left again, goes down, etc., and like paths its way through this thing. That's what I'm writing. Hey, what's up, Zoomer? How's it going? Hello, friend. Add coordinate, pause, direction. Okay, so this first if statement is if we're continuing in the current direction. If we're continuing in the current direction, we increase n by 1, and we update pause. Add chord, pause, direction. And then we write that we visited that, we change this to an X. Otherwise, we will try to turn right first. It doesn't actually matter. I'm actually only trying 2 directions, because we know that we can never go back. We never backtracks here. So we really only need to check the current direction, the direction to the left, and the direction to the right. It's actually not that complicated. It's a lot easier than it looks. I'm just bad at explaining it, and this code right here actually implements it, but it's a hilarious amount of code, and I think I can get it down to like 6 lines. Is the plan. Well, not 6 lines, probably like 9 lines, but same idea. All right, to move to the right. Okay, so this is the left direction and the right direction. It smells like Pish says, why are you using Nano, Brave? That reminds me, I should probably be using a different text editor. Let me hook up my other text editor. Alright, we're no longer using Nano. We are now using Babby. This is my own text editor, so that's why it's crappier than Nano, but it will eventually be better. But yeah, we're gonna write some Babby today. We're not gonna do Babby when it comes to real time, but it's functional enough that I can almost use it as like a daily driver. It's very close to being exactly what I want it to be. Except I don't have indenting working at all. So I have to manually. Well, I have indenting. I just don't have dedenting working. And it doesn't have syntax highlighting. Yeah, that's another thing that I plan to maybe work on over break. We'll see. Elif grid add chord pause writer is in. Actually, we would only ever see this if we're changing direction. Hey, what's up? Smells like Pish. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, my friend. If we're turning right, then we do return dot extend stir of n and the rightward direction. And then n equals 0, and then direction equals right stir. And I think that implements all of this gross code down here. There's still like one slight bug in it, in that we start by changing direction, and so, well, and we don't ever add this n at the end, so we need to both add one number and strip off the first number. But I think that works. Part 2. Right, der. Why did I write? What the fuck did I do here? Why did I write that? Right, der. List index out of range. Oh, right. We need some parentheses. Otherwise, this is always just doing +1 and -1, which is not all that interesting. Cool. Fortunately, I wrote a function to debug this. Why does it not appear to be moving? It's just printing this over and over and over and over and over. What if I put this back in up here in the loop? Does that make it more obvious what's going on? Why? Why, you know? I need to actually clear the screen. I'll just open a new tab. Because I want to scroll all the way up to the top and see what's going on. Even though it looks like it's the same every time. Yeah, it's not progressing. Okay, well, we can breakpoint this and figure out what is going on. Oh. Oh, I see. I see what is going on. Yes. 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 Hey, it's green now. Okay, so we rewrote our pathing algorithm to do this. It's kind of like my game of snake or any game of snake. Yes. Yeah, I was reusing the old variables in the old assignment, but this is the fix. And we don't need to print the grid anymore. Cool. And it's pretty fast. Okay, so this is the like first part of part 2 that we need to implement. How far did I? Oh, I didn't even start on part 2 in PHP. Cool. Okay. We will start working on part 2.php. Fun times. Let me babyify this tab also. Well, you'll have to remind me to undo this later when we actually need to go fast for part 18. And I think day 18 is gonna not be int code. So we'll maybe have a better chance of getting points then. Although I got points yesterday, didn't I? I think I got like 7 points or something like personal stats. 8 points. Woohoo. Some hot points right there. I've been doing pretty good at the part 1s for the last couple days. This one I skipped because I was getting really drunk. And I've been like good times on all of these, but people are just way faster than me. Even if I do it in 7 minutes, like people are way faster. And a couple of these days I missed it by mere seconds, but that's fine. But I've been struggling a bit on the part 2s here. Not this one though. This one I did phenomenal. But anyway, that stuff. But yeah, let's work on the PHP now. Part 2.py, part 2.php. What do we have to do here? Okay, so our output function is still keeping track of stuff in a grid. But then we need to do the pathing, and then we need to spit out the program that we choose. We just manually determined this last time, so I like figured this out by hand. But we'll write a program to do this automatically. It'll be better. But I need to figure out how to do this in PHP. Let's see, PHP index array by array. PHP array keys. I think they can only be strings. What types can an array? What types can hit Shedinja? There we go. The right questions that we're asking here. What types can keys be in PHP arrays? Integers or strings? Yum. Well, that seems fun. Arrays and objects cannot be used as keys. Doing so will result in a warning. Oh. Okay. Well, that's gonna make this slightly more interesting. Because it makes... What does it make difficult? What part does it make difficult? It makes this pathing part a little bit more difficult. We can just store it as X and Y. Yeah. It makes this a little bit more difficult. Catherine says, "Dan, thought you were done stream for the year and joined late." Well, I'm here. This is the last stream of the year, the very last one. I promise. Unless some like magical internet fairy comes to my parents' house or my dad's house and says, "Now have nice internet," and then maybe I will stream after this, but probably not. Also, because Advent of Code in Eastern time will be 3 hours worse than it is in Pacific time. But yeah, welcome back, Catherine. Let's see, what do we got here? What part's gonna be interesting without two-dimensional keys? We can just change our grid to be a 2-deep grid. That's not so bad. In fact, I think I already have that. I think we already have the grid. Yeah, we already have this grid here. I will need to inline this code in the input function. Actually, how does this work? How does this work? How do you work? Because I'm pretty sure the grid in Python right now ends up with a bunch of garbage in it at the end. And I just don't ever deal with it, so it's not a huge problem. But in part 2, what do we need? We need to do some sort of mutation to the program. Where does this happen? In compute, right? This code is so much harder to look at without... Okay, yeah. We need to do this. Prog 0 equals 2. Okay, we got the first part. We still have our grid. I think that part is still fine. But let's see, if we only really want to append into our grid if we see these 3 characters, so else if S is there a PHP REPL? I really want one. PHP REPL, not replace, REPL. In the command, on the command line. PHP command line REPL. Interactive shell. That's what I want. PHP-A. This is not gonna work. I already know this is not gonna work. That's fine. We will play around until we get something that works. That really doesn't work. Let's see. Array contains PHP thing, right? In array dot this thing. Although I think the array comes first. Why are you not giving me any output? Oh, I forgot a semicolon? Is that really the reason why? Hey, what's up, Wumbogami? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. No, I was right the first time. I was just missing semicolons. Okay. It returns 1 or null? Okay, but we can use that fact. Else if in array s of dot pound or caret. So only in this case do we append to our grid. And we print out the results. Why has the music stopped? Why have you stopped? Yes, we're still listening. But we also need to remove any empty empty arrays when we're done. That's fine. To do outputs. We did that. We need to do the input. If we've run once. If we have not run once, then we need to do this thing and set run once to true. But it's true. Let's see. Array empty PHP. Determine if a variable is empty. Okay. You can use that. While grid count grid -1 while this is empty. 1 2 1 2 unset grid count grid -1. Okay. Our chat says, what are all possible reasons one would change an Instagram handle? One, want to keep people away from stalking them. Two, plain didn't like the old handle and decided to go to a new one. What else? I know nothing about Instagram. I have an Instagram account. I don't think I've ever logged in. I made it while drunk at, what was I doing? I think I was eating Korean barbecue with my Korean friend. One of my Korean. And he's like, you should make an Instagram. I'm like, that's a great idea. Let's make an Instagram. And I don't know why I made an Instagram, because I don't use it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to bump their SEO or something. Okay, so we need to calculate our path once and this program thing, and then we need to produce inputs from it. We calculate the path. How did we do that before? With the grid and the bot position? Yes. With grid and bot X and bot Y. And we'll write that calculate path there. Actual Walshy says, why do you use Vim instead of an IDE or a normal text editor? Joke's on you, I'm not using Vim today. I'm using my own text editor called Babby. Which is why it's not highlighted and kind of looks like crap and isn't so nice, but it kind of works and it'll eventually work better. But you've been duped. Gotcha, buddy. Yeah, the reason I use a terminal editor over a my normal text editor that I use is Nano, and Babby will eventually be as good as Nano. Well, it'll eventually be better than Nano, but it is not quite there yet. But it's at a place where I can kind of use it, so that's why I've been using it. The reason I use a terminal editor over a windowed editor or IDE is it's faster for me because I spend a lot of time switching between a lot of stuff, and all the muscle memory is there, and so I'm pretty fast at it. And for the most part, like, I don't know, IDEs are super helpful, but I don't know, there's diminishing returns as you learn more and more about a particular thing. Now, granted, when I'm writing PHP, an IDE would probably help me a lot because, like, I don't remember any of the functions because it's been a really, really long time since I've written PHP. But yeah, let's see. Convert character to int PHP. Yes. Word. So it's just like Python. Cool. Cool. Okay, so this is our pseudocode that we're gonna get here. Out prog is equal to calculate prog. So we'll just, all we have to do is fill in these functions. Now just draw the rest of the fucking owl. Are you gonna release Babby to the public? It is already online. You can already check it out and play with it today. There's some like unreleased features because I just threw some shit together so that I could kind of use it for streaming. So like right now there's I added a really sloppy tab key that kind of works, doesn't really. And I've temporarily set Control O to work the same as Control S, just because I type Control O in Nano all the time. But yeah, it mostly works. This will eventually get used for its syntax howling. So there will be colors eventually, but they don't exist yet. It can do a lot of stuff, so like it can search. And search has history, so you can like find other things in your search. There's also searching the search history, so you can use Control R like you would in a terminal. So like you can search for a cert. There's also find and replace, where if we look for from, oh no, that was the right one. We search for from imports and replace them with this. So you can say yes to these to have it replace. It supports back references, so you can see like it kept the things here and added just this at the end. You can also say no, and you can say A to replace all of them. It has undo. That's redo. Wait. Oh, I've hit caps locks. There we go. We can undo. And we can redo, and yeah, it's basically a text editor. It kind of works, but it'll eventually get better and better as I continue working on it. Hey, what's up, actually Walshy? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream, friend. But yeah, it'll get better and better. Right now, it's not very fully featured, but it will eventually be. Okay, so we need to implement calculate path and calculate prog, and then we good. And we also need, let me grab all these variables up top, because we need to implement them up here. So we need, what do we need? We need run once equals false. We need path equals an array, except I think this is supposed to be array. And then out prog, it'll be a string. Then we need to do these functions, so calculate path. Function, which will take a grid, bot x and bot y. And then we have calculate prog, which will take the path. And that's it. I don't know how I'm going to implement this calculate prog function yet, but at least we have this calculate path function working. So now we just need to re-implement it. I won't be able to use the same directions trick though, I don't think. Is there destructuring assignment in PHP? Structured assignment PHP. Advanced array destructuring. This is JavaScript. Oh. Ooh. Okay, alright. Just wondering, do you know of any embeddable C++ compilers / editors for HTML? You mean like a website that compiles C++? I mean, not for like personal use, but I've used Godbolt. Is that what it's called? Godbolt? The compiler explorer where you can like type code in here and have it output over here. This was apparently the last program that I opened. I don't know why it remembered that, but that's kind of cool. But that's the only one I know. Oh, this is what I wanted to see. List assignments. Cool. Okay, so we can do array containment with arrays. So that's good. So I think we can still do the same directions thing here. Directions equals 0, -1, 1, 0, 0, 1, -1, 0. I think we can do this. Return p1 0 plus p2 0, p1 1, p2 1. Okay. Oh, and actually, I confused the hell out of myself here. So let's change the Python code a little bit. We can just take pause as a tuple int to begin with. We don't need this. Fit on one line. No, it does not. But fortunately, we have undo in my text editor, so we can just go right back to where we were. We gotta fix the colors to this. We only called it in 2 places. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, improve that. We'll use that same here. Get path. Insert grid. Grid. Pause 0. Except it's pause 1, pause 0. Oh, this is gonna be confusing. But that's okay. Direction equals directions 0. Ret equals an array, and n equals 0. Array values PHP. Oh, that doesn't actually help us. Let's see. Catherine says, were you good at math when you were in school? How important do you think it is for programming? I was very good at math in school. I actually was almost a math major, but then changed my mind kind of at the last minute. Well, I was gonna be dual math and biochemistry, and then I stopped doing biochemistry and then realized I'm not gonna graduate if I pursue a dual degree. So I kind of dropped math a little bit. But I took a bunch of math courses that I didn't actually need. So like I took calculus all the way through the sequence, and I took like a differential equations course and like a bunch of other stuff that wasn't necessary for my degree. But I really enjoyed it. But then again, I think I've used the fancy math like 3 times since graduating, and I can actually show you one of them if it's still there. Yeah, this is one of the times that I used fancy math, was to make this carousel, and that was to make the sort of dithering effect. So there's a little bit of calculus involved there. But that's like one of the few times that I've actually used math, is for this like smoothing effect. I used this, and this was actually before this was before college. This was my calculus from high school that I used for this. But I wrote this, I think, in 2009 or something like that. It was a little bit ahead of its time, before the web was like, we need carousels everywhere. But now it looks super dated and super uncool. But whatever, it was some nice jQuery. It got the job done. But it was pretty fun. But yeah, I wish math was like slightly more important, but honestly, I don't think I use it all that much. Now, granted, if you're in a different field, like if you're doing like computational physics or like actuarial stuff, or like, I don't know, statistics or machine learning, like you're going to use different math and different types of math, and probably more of it than I tend to use on a day-to-day basis. So one problem with this is we don't have a fast way of computing this. I mean, this wasn't a fast way of computing it either. But, oh, I know what we can do. We can just do an else here that breaks. Yeah. Yeah, so we can actually, like, instead of asserting this, we can check as an if condition here, and then have an else condition that will break out of this loop. So that should work fine. Joey's Bite says, math is becoming important with data analysis, data science, especially statistics. I can't say I've ever used my calculus from college anywhere. Yeah, like, depending on the type of math, it'll be more useful. The array index PHP. Array search. Searches for an array for a given value and returns the first corresponding key if successful. Give 0. And if we change this to 2, it should give 1. Okay, cool. Array search directions. Direction in directions. Okay. Right dir equals equals directions. Pause idx plus 1 mod 4. And we have left dir, which is minus 1. And then we have our conditions. If actually, we should just like calculate the pause positions here instead of doing this. Actually, I could do that here as well. Next straight equals add chord pause direction. Next right equals add chord pause. Oops. And then next left will be this minus 1. And so then we can say if grid next straight in this, then pause equals next straight. I keep doing control space because that's what it is in old Nano to jump by word. But new Nano is control arrow key. I should probably remap control space at least temporarily to that until I get syntax highlighting, because my brain like flips a switch when I have syntax highlighting and tries the new keyboard combination. Next, left. Oh, but we also need the directions here. Right dir equals I think that works. Make sure test suite still passes. Okay, cool. Get path. Alright, so let's port this logic over now. Right dir, left dir, next straight equals add chord, pause, direction. Next right equals add chord, pause, right dir. Next left equals add chord, pause, left dir. Okay, and then we have our conditions here. If grid next straight 1, next straight 0. A little bit gross. We'll just replace straight with up. That is fine. Do it there as well. Okay, so if we can continue upwards, upwards, straightwards, we increment n, we set pause equals next up, and we set grid at pause 1, pause 0 to x. Cool. Else if grid next right 1, next right 0, trip equals this. Okay, we're going to turn right then. Ret dot their array extend in PHP. Let's see. Array merge. Merges. No, that's not what we want. How about array append PHP? Array push. Push one or more elements onto the end of an array. Oh. Go. Array push x 3 4 bar dump x 1 2 3 4. Cool. That is what we want. Array push ret. I don't think we actually need to do compare or conversion here. We probably do. Probably do. Convert integer to string PHP. Durval. Oh, this is cool. This is what I wanted earlier. Sturval n, and then r. N equals 0. Direction equals right dir. Else if grid next left 1 next left 0 is equal to this, then array I can spell Sturval n, turn to the left. Same thing here, direction equals lefter. And then this is the interesting one where we need to do this here. So if we get to the end, we can't go straight left or right. Then we're donezo. Array push ret. We push on Sturval of n. Then we want to slice the array. Array slice PHP. Array offset. Okay, so var dump array slice. 1, 2, 3 with slice at 1. Cool. Turn array slice ret 1. Okay, so I think this is what we want. The problem is validating it is kind of hard. But we can do var dump path and then exit 1 to, in theory, watch what this does. PHP part2.php input.text. Unexpected t variable on line 31. Unexpected semicolon on 42. We need an extra parenthesis there. Line 106. Okay, then we fucked up something up here. Damn. These are so hard to see. Hey, what's up, X9? Hello? Hello, hello. Those parentheses look fine. Ah, this is gonna be so hard to find the mysterious missing parenthesis or bracket. Unless unexpected parentheses expecting bracket. Oh, we are missing that. We are missing bracket. I should have just trusted the error. Unexpected semicolon on 126. Alright, missing a parenthesis there. Undefined variable bot x. Oh, we forgot to set bot x and bot y. Okay. Bot. Let's see. On line 109. Oh, now it's this line right here. Also, this is now an array. But we need to set bot x and bot y. If S is trip equal to caret, then bot x equals x, and bot y equals y. Undefined variable directions on line 31. Oh. I'm about to run into that my functions are named improperly as well. Undefined offset -1. What are you mad about? Oh, it's the Discord. What does the Discord want? Ah, it is my friend. It is my friend. Hello, friend. Undefined -1 on line 37. Oh, does negative mod not work in PHP? -1 mod 4 is -1. Damn. Mod of negative number PHP. PHP modulo returns negative numbers. How do I not do that? True mod. Oh, you have to write a function. Blech. Oh, I can also just add 4 to it. That's easy. Oh, and instead of subtracting 3, I can just... Or subtracting 1, I can just add 3. Trixie! Trixie, Trixie! Right? Plus 3? That's the same as -1? Undefined function array contains. Alright. What was the function for that? We have it open, right? Array slice, that's array push. This is array search. I think it's int underscore array. In array PHP. Yeah. Okay. Undefined offset 37 on line 46. We'll just null coalesce these, since they can go out of bounds, but I don't particularly care if they go out of bounds. And now we are looping a 5 ever. Operator precedence PHP. Let's see, where does equality and null coalesce come on this? Oh, this binds higher than null? I think that's the problem, so we gotta put this in parentheses. And we gotta put this in parentheses. If I'm reading the chart correctly, I don't actually know. Well, we print out L4, so we at least got to here. But we didn't get the rest of the thing going, so that's not good. Shoot. let's do a printing function so we can see what's going on here. Print grid. Echo S. Echo new line. Then in here we can do print grid. Okay, we at least get to here, so that's good. Mario says, is your GitHub linked somewhere? Yes. Oh, you have found the command. Perfect. That was a good guess. So it should have turned right here. But it did not. Why is this array 3 long? That means my add chord function is busted. Oh, there you go. Sick! Okay, I think that works now. Is that the path that we got before? L4, L4, L10? Okay, cool. We have implemented them. Yeah, my admin and code solutions are on the second link, which is what I use for my streaming stuff. So on github.com/AnthonyWritesCode. So you'll see admin of code 2019, which is apparently a T-SQL repository due to all of my meme solutions. Okay, but this is good. We have our output here. Sweet. Implode. Join array elements with a string. What we want. Okay. Let's actually rename these functions so that they're proper. Function calculate path. Well, we don't need this at all, or this, because all of our code is inside the hint code machine. Not great, but it'll work. Okay, so all that's left is to implement this calculate prog function. So, we need some sort of algorithm that finds the chunks of stuff. I can think of kind of a greedy algorithm approach to this one, where... Will that work? I can think of a case where it doesn't work, but I think it works for our solution, so it's probably good enough. Yeah, so my thought is that we build up a substring thing, and when we find, yeah, like we build up a substring and count how many times it's in there. Count how many instances we see of that substring, and then as soon as we get only one back, then we'll know that we've gone too far. It also doesn't work for like partial programs, but I think we can do a greedy solution and solve it well enough for Advent of Code's sake. Do I approach it in Python first or PHP first? I think it'll be faster for me to do it in Python. So let's work on this in Python first. Let's work on this in Python first. We'll set this to false. If not computed, then we need to get the path. So path will be get path, which will take grid and bot x, bot y. And then prog will be get prog, which will take path. And then computed will be true. And then we will return, we also want these things in here. Return word of next of machine prog. Yeah, I think that's how we'll do it. Get path. We have a test for that. Okay, and then test get prog. Give this input here. And they gave me a sample output, right? All right, we're down to an hour left. Okay, I think we can do this in an hour. I hope. Otherwise, sadness. Otherwise, sadness. That, and then this. Then this. And then the answer, no. Okay, so I think I'm gonna just convert this to a string because we're really worrying about substrings here. Catherine says, do you have any conference plans for the new year? Other than PyCon, not really. Which reminds me I need to finish my, I need to finish my, what is it called? My CFP, my proposals, my talk proposals, which I don't know what I'm going to do, but they're due by the end of the week. So I really need to get on those. Because reasons. But I want to give a talk this year, but I don't have anything prepared yet. Let's see. I'm gonna start by joining the strings, and I'm planning to go to PyCon 2. I'll be here before yeah, it'll be here before you know it. That's true. When is it this year? PyCon 2020. It's in like April. Yeah, April 15th through the 23rd. Damn, that is pretty soon. Oh, I should really be less freaked out about how soon that is. Okay. While SIDX to EIDX, S.count of this is greater than 1, and EIDX minus SIDX is less than 20. Yeah, less than 20. This is how we're gonna find one substring. I guess we just find it 3 times. And let's see, Python 3, foo.count the empty string. 4. There are 4 empty strings inside of foo. Who would have known? Who would have known? Do I have to do -1? Yeah, because if we increase... Yeah, I think that's what I want. SIDX equals EIDX. Right, there's no shift tab in Babby. SIDX equals EIDX. Let's see what that does. Syntax error. Machine prog not found. Right you are. Machine prog is the empty string. Lol. Okay, so that's a problem. We really have to find them in chunks of 2, I think. Oh, we got 3 strings out. They're just not quite the right strings. What are the answers that we're expecting to get here? Expecting it R8, R8. So we got that, but then slightly too much more. And then we're supposed to get R4, R4, R8. We didn't quite get that either. Oh, because we lost the R. And we lost the 4? What the hell happened here? Oh, this should be -1. I think. Let's try that again. Ret strings. That didn't change anything. What? Kevin says, my plan is Pie Cascades, Pie Beach, and Git Merge in February and March. Pie Beach is my first time in LA, and Git Merge is also in LA a few days later. Oh, that's convenient. I'll be in LA in March. I'm running a marathon. I guess that's kind of like a conference. It's not really a programming conference, though. Okay, so we really need to be adjusting e-index in indexes of 2. Also, we can just make this a while true, and that'll make this loop a little bit easier. E_idx equals s dot find a comma. Stir find Python. Is that the one that returns? No, I don't want you. I want string. No, built-in types. Stir dot find. Is that the one that I want? Find is the one. Does it return -1? Returns the lowest index, -1 if not found. S.find e_idx comma. We need to do that twice. Okay, that'll continue to return -1, so that's good. Oh, that's actually perfect. That is exactly what we want. If s.count if s.count s_idx to next IDX is equal to 1, then we will ret strings dot append we will append the string and we will break and we will set s_idx equal to e_idx plus 1. Otherwise, we will set e_idx to next index. Try that instead. we're still doing that annoying thing. File changed on disk, not implemented. Oh. Oh, we didn't actually save. That's why I've been confused this whole time. We haven't implemented that functionality yet. When did I edit this? Oh, this is the really old code here. That's fine, we will try this new edition of the code. Slice index must be integers or none, or have a double under index. Oh, I have the arguments here backwards. Okay, we got an hour until AOC starts, so we're still good on that. We'll have time to implement this. Oops. Taking a very, very, very long time. Why is that? I know, but we can debug it. Okay, 0, 0. Next IDX is 1. Oh, this needs to be +1. But that's a problem if this is -1. Actually, I don't think this is possible. We'll just assume it finds the substring before it's at the end of the string. So there's a slight bug there, that's fine. That's close. Close, but not quite right. What are we expecting here? R8, R8, but it grabbed another R here. Shouldn't have done that. And then I got 4R, 4R8. And then I got L6, L2. So it's so close to being right, but it's just slightly off. I think this is supposed to be +1 also. Try that. Alright, we have 2 breakpoints. Yes! Hey. Hey. Good. That's good. What did they call the top part of this? Main routine. While S. For routine in ret strings. Ret strings is a bad name. Oh, it's fine. It's good enough. Whatever. Our chat says, don't you sometimes feel like you're so done with programming, but then in the next few days you go back to the grind? Yes. Sometimes, yes. Yeah. Definitely sometimes. Not all that often, though. Usually I like programming. Usually I'm much happier programming than doing anything else. I kind of like computers, but I can totally understand that feeling. There are some days where I'm just like so fucking done with computers. But yeah, I do always go back to it, as you can see from me writing code right now. If s dot starts with routine, then s will be len of routine onwards, and main dot append word of a care of word of a plus I. And then we'll return big ol' F string that's well, yeah, F string that's the join of main. Oh, we can't really do that. Star ret strings, and then the answer no, and then an empty line, and then we will return the joint of all those parts. See what our test says there. It says that we're running for forever. So that means this is not right. Oh, we gotta chomp off a comma there. Sequence item 0, expected stir list found. Right, we need to join all of the things there. With a comma. Sweet! Doesn't work for the actual thing. Let's see. Okay, that's our S. Oh, we've gone too far. We've gone too far. For e idx minus s idx is greater than it. Or we want next index minus s index. Or s next. Greater than 20. Catherine says, what is the thing that you've made that you're most proud of? Pre-commit? Yeah, pre-commit. Definitely. By far. Also, most of my other things are kind of based on pre-commit. So, without pre-commit, I don't have much else. Whoa. That does not look right. That does not look right at all. L4, R8, L6, L10, L6. Dang it, it works for the example but not for the real problem. Dang, this is hard. This is tricky. My first idea did not work. How else can we approach this? Man, not having syntax highlighting is kind of a bummer. Let me put in my other test case, and then we'll debug that as well. And then we have to implement this in PHP still. We might run out of time. May run out of time. Oh, we still have it in the code. We gotta change the letters around here. So this one now becomes first. Oh, I've confused myself. Oh, I've confused myself so much. No. Hey, welcome back, Mindful Fox. How's your foods? Okay, so C actually becomes A, so we gotta move this up. Move this up, and A becomes B, and B becomes C. Okay, that sounds good. So C we're replacing with A, and A we're replacing with B, and B replacing with C. And I gotta capitalize these. That is our expected. Did I eat yet? No. I did not. I should, Yeah, I'm using Babby, Mindful Fox. I was using Babby last stream, too. That's why there's no syntax hiding. Babby is my own text editor that I wrote myself. That will eventually be better. You actually just saw one of the kind of glitchy bits of Babby. So see how it took a little while to type that whole thing out? That's one of the slow Python parts that I might optimize, but might not because it only comes up pretty rarely, and honestly isn't that bad. Okay, so we need to come up with a different algorithm than the one we did before, because the one we did before was too greedy. Because we should end up with, maybe if we do it backwards. Yeah, because we get a different L4, L410 here. And here, although we also get L6, L4, L410. Oh, that's kind of unfortunate. Huh. Huh. This one's a tricky bugger. Tricky bugger. So we should originally find this string as our first program. The problem is if we look for L4R8 in here elsewhere, I guess maybe we should just search for this until it decreases? Not going to work. Probably not, because if we search for L4 and then it's going to decrease again. Like, how do we know that this is the right string and this isn't the right string and this isn't the right string? Is the hard part here. Also, the new Twitch dashboard really sucks. I really don't like it. It flickers all the time, and I look over and be like, "Oh, what changed?" But nothing. Nothing has changed. It's just the same. But like this thing, this box jumps up and then jumps down, and this box jumps down and then jumps up, and it does that like once every couple of minutes, and it's a little bit. It just grinds my gears. That's the way that cookie crumbles, I guess. This loops forever right now. That's great. But these are the strings we get out right now if we put a breakpoint here. That one's fine. Ret strings. Yeah, we get this one becomes too long. Too long. You gotta make stuff move to reassure that your 64 gigs of RAM is indeed being used. If only. If only that was a thing. Alright, we gotta put the breakpoint in so that we can actually see something. Breakpoint. Breakpoints. 33374. Oh, it goes 9333 and then 7. So, I guess we could find all of the possible substrings that appear more than once and see if they cover the whole thing. Oh, that's so much work. The #1 guy in the Advent of Code leaderboard has a code golf version where he uses his own personal language and it looks like absolute gibberish. Yeah, a lot of these golf languages, and this is actually, there's like a Pokemon, programming code golf, not subreddit, what are they called? Stack Exchange? And they actually have like rules about golfing languages. But yeah, they have like rules about making up your own language just to solve stuff, and so like, and like all sorts of these weird golf languages exist. Where like, yeah, like Jelly is a very popular one for whatever reason. But like the various weird characters mean stuff, and they're like a mini language. But yeah, it's pretty common in those types of things. It started with APL. Oh, does APL have the same thing? Oh. Oh, special graphical symbols to represent most functions and operators, leading to very concise code. Very unreadable code. This is unfortunate, though. I'm not quite sure how to adjust this algorithm, because like, I can know when it's never going to terminate. Say, break here, else raise, assertion error, did not cover. So I can know when a combination of strings is bad. How would I generate the other combinations of the strings? Now, like, where my breakpoint is. Now at least it should crash on that one. Yeah. I guess I could generate each combination at each position. What I've been going with is generate strings, substrings from the initial list. So you just like generate all the substrings and then try and do it from there. Test for 2 more strings. So like you generate the first string and then try generating 2 more strings and then see if it covers it. That was that was another idea that I had. Hey, what's up, One Monk Juice? Thank you for the follow and welcome to the stream. I guess I could try that. Let's save. We'll at least save it in the get index so that I have like where I got to so far, and we'll try from that. Try onwards from that. Yeah, that seems like a greedy algorithm, but it'll probably work. Or not a greedy, an expensive algorithm, but it'll probably work. So we would decrease this. But I don't even know if that works. I think it only works because this is the second one that we find. So like we would try L4, that would not work. We would try L4 R8, that would not work. We would try this, it would not work. And then we would try this, and then the next string would be 20 characters long. And so we would try that one, and then it would succeed. Probably. Probably not even though. I guess we can generate all combinations of strings, all combinations of substrings, and then go from there. Yeah, let's do that. We'll use our same algorithm, but we'll generate all of the possible substrings from there. Otherwise, so if we find we're out of bounds or we only count one, then we break out of this loop. Otherwise, we're going to append to our return value. Ret.append. We want to keep track of the string. We can just go back and call this S again. S from start index to next IDX. And we want to keep track of the end index, so that would be next IDX plus 1, and then E IDX is equal to next IDX. And actually, do I need two variables here? I don't think so. I think we can just replace next IDX with EIDX. EIDX equals EIDX. I don't think I need that. Missing parentheses and s dot count. Thank you, One Monk Juice. You are indeed correct. I'm blind without my syntax out, although there wouldn't be much syntax out in there. I would just highlight this and this. I would have missed the parentheses anyway. Final Fox says, "Ma, I think I'm colorblind." Yeah. Okay, so these are the possible first substrings. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. I think we're getting somewhere. But then for each first substring, we need to generate all possible second substrings. I can write this with a terrible, terrible for loop. Yeah, well, I don't care if the code's good. Fuck it. For S1, we must go derper on our loops here. And then we need this down here. Is this code from 2002? Right. Actually, we can just put this into a list, right? Right? Then we come down here. If you want to do branching, wouldn't you need recursion? No, I don't think I need recursion. Well, if I want to do it smarter than this, maybe I could use recursion, but I'm basically reusing the end position from the previous call. So it is kind of a recursive call, but I'm not doing it recursively. Like I'm returning out the state here. Like I could generate this by calling this function again and then yielding the second half of them. That would satisfy the problem. Okay, but if we never match any, we can break out of this while loop. If we don't break out of the while loop, then we know we're done. And then we can return guy. Only this is not ret strings, it's possible strings. This code is a a bit of a clusterfuck here. Um, break, else return, else raise. Oh, also we mutate S here. But we can't do that. Yeah, there's only 3 functions we're allowed. We're not allowed an infinite number of them. So that's why this works well enough, I think. We get to unreachable. Really? We never see our possible strings in there? These are all of our choices that we have. Cool. Pythonic Pi says, I think there's an indentation error. Let me see if we get our expected result in here at all first, and then I'll look at that. You mean to have while else? Yes, that is intentional. So the else of a while loop will only run if this exits normally, but if it exits via a break, it will not run it. There's a little trick. That's why this code's a little bit hard to understand, admittedly, and that's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. Let's see. Do we get our example in here? So we have this string. Do we then have the L6R8 all the way to L6? L6 R8 R10 L6 L6. Yep, so that's the first 2 strings. Oh, but then we don't have this string in there. Right. So we have to like... We have to know that we're looking at strings that are not already marked. Encrypted code equals job security feels good, man. Right. Yeah, so the problem is it starts regenerating the same string that we already generated. Like this L4R8 is this string here, so it's trying to rebuild this string again here. So we kind of need to keep track of the strings that already exist and jump over them. That's not impossible. This is where like recursion might be useful though. Damn, that's one character too long. We'll shorten the function name. An alien says cryptic code does not equal job security. Depends where you're working, I guess. We can pass in start here. It depends how critical the code is and whether it made it to production. Yes. Yes, indeed. We'll still true for this is the same like while for break else break pattern here. So if we get through this entire for loop and none of the previous strings match, then we will run the else, which will break out of this loop. So this should move forward E index and start index. Oh, I named my function the same as my variable here. Okay, that's one little. There's one micro bug there with find and replace in Babby. In Nano, when you're done with the replacement, it will jump back to where the code, where your insertion point was at the time of running the replace. But Babby doesn't quite do that. Oh, sweet Pythonic Pie, you got both sides of the shrug. That's great. How much time do we have? We have 20 minutes. Cool. I think that's plenty of time. So we're on the clock. Oh damn, we got a solution out. Oh, I forgot to join them. Think it works. Sick. Okay. Real. What? Wait, did I just find a different solution to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Wait, how long is... Oh, if this string is too long, then that's the problem. Yeah, that string's too long. Can't do that. How do we fix this? You need to eat, boy! Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. There's no food in my house. Do I have any food in my house? I can make oatmeal. Do I want to eat oatmeal? Not really. I'm fine. I'll be fine. It's fine. I had a late lunch. Uber Eats, yeah, or literally any of the other services. Nah, it's fine. I don't need food. I must program. You mean Lyft Eats, right? Yeah, no, we don't have a product like that. If len of this dot join main is less than 20, then we return here. Why is Control A not working? Oh, because I'm hitting Control S. Now do it. Oh, now we get an even different solution. ABC, BAC. How long is this solution? That's 19. AAB. So we just used R8 instead of R8, R8. AAB. What's our input here? R8, R8, AA. Then B is R4, R4. Okay. Then we run A, which is R8. Then we run C, which is the same as it was before, L6, L2. Yeah, I think this is another solution to this problem. Huh. R4, R4, R8, yeah. And then A, and then C. Okay, cool. We found another solution to the input problem that also fits the constraints. So that's cool, I guess. It's not the minimal solution, but it is a solution, so I'm gonna call it good enough. And we'll just adjust our test to reflect that. And R comma 8, and then R4 comma R4 comma R8, then L6, L2, and then N. Except it'd be great if I could comma properly. Doctoring this output. Okay, does this actually work though? AA, so R8, R8. Yes. And then R4, R4, so B. Which gets us here. And then we run A, which is R8. We run C, L4, L6, L2, yep. Then we run B. And then A 3 times, and then C. Cool. Yeah, it definitely works. It's just a little bit weird. Hey, what's up, Yoav? How's it going? It's going well. Ooh, am I gonna have enough time to port this to PHP? Probably not. Dang. That's fine, I guess. We wrote a real solution in Python, though. Triumpha says, I'm on a quest for a boyfriend-free girlfriend. I know that feel, buddy. Know that feel. Today's AOC, piggybacking on yesterday's solution. Yeah. Oh, that would be, well, at least we got the Python part done. Probably have to fix the, types. Improve day 17 part 2 to get answer automatically. And yell at me, my pie. Signed to but never used. Right, indeed. Oh, why do we have Nano here? Go away. No, no, no. No Nano. We're using Babby. Only Babby. 198. A17 part 2 on 192. Incompatible return type. Got list tuple stir stir. Expected list stir. Right, that is indeed correct, my pie. You caught me red-handed. This is list of tuple stir int. I love a quest, right? Alias Nano equals Babby. Yeah, that's what I have in these two tabs, but not in the other tab. Need annotation for ret strings. 201. Actually, I don't think we use that at all. Also, we should update the test or the README. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it got faster each time. Cool. I think I just need to copy this. It's exactly the same number as before. Sweet. We'll just run this so that when we save, we can get that. Hey, what's up, your Poteka? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Line 226. 246. Also none. 290. Got 13 minutes. We got plenty of time. Change the type here. Why did it run my pie twice? I only saved once. Maybe I saved twice. Met very few people, very few Sui who use Nano. Yeah, it's me. I'm one of like 5. There's 5 of us. But Babby is my own text editor, which is based. It's inspired by Nano, and it'll eventually replace my usage of Nano. But until then, I'm still using Nano, but I will use Babby eventually. But I use it on stream occasionally when I'm not crunched for time, just to like demo that it kind of works. It's kind of a thing. Psycode says, what dis? Oh, I'm working on day 17 part 2, but like making it not just, oh, Anthony figured out the problem manually. Now there's actually an algorithm that generates the solution for me. But I'm betting today is not int code, and it does open up in 10 minutes. But yeah, I'm gonna pause the recording, and then, well, you guys won't notice.